Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Manchester United Manchester City podcast. The Mandem United podcast meets the Mandem City podcast, where we discuss all things in regards to the two clubs in Manchester. Big up my guy, Carefree Lewis G, for the raid every single time. In regards to Manchester United and Manchester City, a lot going on with both clubs. Amorim wins his first game at Old Trafford. He wins his first game in Europe as well. Manchester United running out 3-2 winners over Bodo Glimt. But on the blue side, though, you know what I'm saying? On the blue side of Manchester, it's all going wrong. It's all going wrong. Breaking all types of records you don't want to break. Looking very Ten Hagish over there. Dropping 3-0 leads inside 15 minutes to Dutch teams. No wins in 6. 5 losses in 6. I think is it what 16, 17, 18 league goals. Goals conceded in their last 5 or 6. Pep looking stressed, scratching his nose, scratching his face. Stay humble, eh? I'm surprised someone's not put that on a t-shirt yet. It's all crazy. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United out or Manchester City related. Run up the likes as well, because there's over 100 of you lot in the building. There's only 22 likes. So let's run up the likes. Hit that like button. Like check 1212. Like check 1212. Make sure you share this across all the socials as well. Make sure you do so. Share across all the socials. And just as important, make sure you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. But let me introduce, I'm saying, one of my favorite shows to do, one of my favorite co-hosts to have on this channel, without that, always supremely entertaining. And he's going to have a lot to say because he's in unfamiliar waters. Manchester City struggling. Pep being criticized. Star players being criticized. Attackers with 0 G&A. Stay humble, eh? But hey, we'll see what's what. Welcome to the show. My life, Vader is in the building. Vader, what are you telling me?
Oh, my goodness. What am I telling you?
What are you saying?
It's cold out here, Flawless.
Yeah, it's cold out here.
It's cold out in these streets, Flawless.
Yeah, it's cold for you. Look.
5 games, no wins.
Yep.
5 games, no wins, man. It's cold. It's cold out here. Despite me living up north, you know, I represent Canada, Toronto, and it is cold.
Yeah.
It is cold, but I'm built for it, though. I'm built for this. So the shots have been coming from everywhere. Everywhere. A couple shows ago. Kind of early days when I was taking losses, I had to break out my cloak of invisibility.
You did?
Because everybody was looking for Vader. Can you make a feature here? Can you make a feature here? And I had to kind of chill. I had to step back. The demand is even higher now.
Absolutely.
I had to put some people in their place just the other day on Don Husam show. I'm like, listen, relax. There's a difference between you and me. Shout out to my man Sheik. Listen.
Sheik every single time.
For those of you that wrongfully labeled me a gaslighter, go back and watch Flawless's shows. Go back and watch when we were doing our thing. And I was speaking. And if you happen to be in the chat talking, Vader's downplaying. Vader's gaslighting. Vader's doing the humble thing.
Yeah, we was. Yeah, you was right. It's your fault because you're the boy who cried wolf, but you was annoying. Actually, I can't even say annoyingly. I'm glad you was right on this one.
Crying wolf? No. There's a difference between how I spoke this season to how I spoke previous seasons. There's also a difference when I looked at the transfer window, and Flawless is one of them. Flawless is like, oh, okay, Vader. All right, your transfer window compared to Arsenal. Your transfer window compared to Liverpool. Okay, I get all that, but let's look at who we have. And I also made mention, well, you know what? If the players happen to go down, which is the case everywhere, I'd be the first to say, injuries happen at Arsenal, problems. Injuries happen at Liverpool, problems. I pointed out, like, it's no guarantees that I got this. There's no guarantees that I got this 5. Of course, I want it. Of course, I know my club are going to pursue it, but no guarantees. And again, it's not over yet. But I am... Oh, I need some sunshine out here because it is cold. What's she saying?
She's saying, Veta, y'all could not win another game this season. You'll always be a gaslighter, yeah. Because we've seen you lot odds on for a treble, favorites, and you try and downplay it. But in this instant, I'm happy that you was right. I'm happy you was right about this. I don't think you seen this in coming though. No wins in 6.
I haven't seen this. No, I haven't seen this. I didn't expect no wins in 6. I also didn't expect some of the late crumbling within games.
Yeah.
But I get asked this all the time. And I have to remind you because maybe it doesn't show up. I got platinums here. I got kids. I got stress, mortgages, all that stuff that happens. Can I say that these platinums are due to City? Nah, I really can't. I mean, I got them early. I got these platinums early in my life, but I can't accredit those to City. At the same time, you know why I'm not crying when I'm on this show? You know why I'm not bawling my eyes out like I hear so many of you do? You know why?
Go on.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't have that much soy in my diet. Maybe it's because I like to stay active and I actually push some weights. You know, maybe I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just a generational thing. But I'm not crying with where my club is right now because as Flawless knows, as you guys all like to remind me, where's my club been? What have been the beginnings of my club? This success, this I'm accustomed to. Oh, I grew up with this. That ain't me. I didn't grow up with this silver spoon. I didn't grow up with us winning leagues after leagues. No, that ain't me.
So you got the golden spoon now. But I hear you.
I got it now, but I wasn't accustomed to it. I didn't grow up with it. It wasn't given to me early. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that I have it in my adult life, in my grown life, I've lived. I'm calm with this. I'm not crying. I'm not complaining. My club don't show ambition. What did they do in the transfer window? What did my board do? These players are crap. That ain't me. That ain't me. And that's actually not many City fans because we've said it for a long time. It was actually a motto. Don't be like the guys across the street. Don't be like you lot. Don't move around arrogantly. Don't expect that it's our God-given board birthright to be winning these titles. It ain't. So the fact that I haven't been able to remain at the top for a 5th year in a row, you think I'm going to be crying like you guys? You think I'm going to be calling for a new manager? You think I'm manager out? Get the heck out of here. Get the heck out of here if I'm going to be manager out. You think I'm going to be turning on
of course you're not going to be. Of course you're not going to be manager out. Some of the players you got to look at though. But of course you're not going to be manager out.
Some of these players have put their bodies on the line, and that's why we're seeing them not up.
Right. It's more so your new players for me. It's not the old guy. They're aging. I hear that. Yeah. I'm not looking at your De Bruynes and your Gundogan's, for example. I'm looking at your recent signings. I'm looking at your boy Doku. I'm looking at players like that. I'm looking at Grealish. I'm looking at Nunes and Kovacic, Vardio. They're the players.
Well, you mentioned a very good list of players that many would say have a lot of promise.
Yeah,
Vardio he had a couple poor games, yes.
Yeah.
But the quality, let's not.
The quality's there. Look, the quality's there. I'm not disputing that.
I'm not questioning the signing either. Gavardio, excellent signing. And again, my manager has him playing left fullback sometimes, left wing back when he is a left center back. This is my manager. So I'm okay. I see what he's trying to do. I see what he's messing around with. We have aged with regards to some key players. We need to, and I've joked about this often. We do remodels, but it's looking like we need a true rebuild. And we need.
So is that where you're at? Are you saying you need to rebuild now? Are you saying like the stars are aging? We need to go again? Because when you look at your better players, they're all 31 plus.
When I again, Flawless. With me not crying, like I'm sure you've heard other fan bases cry. So
I've heard other fan bases, yours as well. Not you, but your fan base. Some of your fan bases in meltdown. I love to see it because they weren't expecting this. And they're not accustomed to it, so it's great to see. As is everyone. That's why you got San Marino tweeting you lot on Twitter talking about we've won more games than you. We think we'll beat you, etc. Yeah, did you not see that? The San Marino national team. Because they've won like their first 2 games like in their history. And they tweeting you lot. And we're like, yeah, we won more games than
that's Manchester where it's
City.
At. The official
account. Everyone can't wait for this. It was great.
Exactly.
I love it.
You got to take the shots when you can. You got to aim for the king now.
Yeah. You lot have been dominated for too long. So that's why I'm loving this. Oh, it's great. It's
Got to
great.
take advantage of it. And that's the era we're in. That's the era we're in.
Absolutely. It's always the era. We had it. Chelsea had it for a period of time. Arsenal had it. Now it's your turn.
Now
I'll come here and dominate the way you've looked. Go on.
It's beautiful to see because the same way those are taking their shots now, we're taking receipts now. The same way we're seeing people want to be like, we already knew this, or City aren't that. City aren't going to get back to their levels. Okay, that's cool. My bulletin board's right here. Let me pin that right there. Let me see what you're saying right there. Cool. Because if you believe that there is no return for Manchester City, then you have not been paying attention. I had to check some Arsenal fans with regards to what's happening here. All right. Now, I see Sunshine. She posted a few comments. Here he goes. Yeah, I'm about to go. All right, Sunshine. So
yeah, they
sit
know.
back.
I'm here for it. Let's see. I'm waiting. I'm interested.
You United fans, Sunshine. Yeah, you're accustomed to your winning ways, right? But it's been a minute. And if it's been a minute for you, glory, glory United, right? If it was a minute for Liverpool, 30 something years, one Prem. If it's been like that for you, and you guys want to remind me of your history, of what you've been able to do, how you've been able to stack these trophies, for you to have gone on a drought, am I to be so arrogant that it wouldn't happen at my club? Or other clubs to be so arrogant that it wouldn't happen there when it clearly has been happening there?
I think it's more of an annoyance and the poor form and the manner in which it's happened. That's the issue right there. Now let me ask you, the Feyenoord game, your thoughts on that? 3-0 up, 75 minutes in, cruising, end up drawing the game. Talk to us.
The cruising, I was in cruise mode as well because I saw the third goal celebrating like a madman, and then because of when the games fall within the day, I got to make moves. I got to go scoop up. I got to go get rendezvous. I'm like, what? 3-1? No. All right, now I got to put the game back on and actually have it. I usually just listen, but now I had to put the game back on the corner. And I'm seeing we had more than enough quality to see that game through. We had more than enough proper design tactics to see that game through. But it gave me this reoccurring feeling of when there's not enough accountability on the pitch to just snuff it out and stop the bleeding. Because the first goal, okay, sloppy. The second goal, same. Concentrate.
The second goal was the first goal the Vardio mistake. Was that the second one?
Yeah.
The first one was the Vardio mistake when he was hit back past shot.
So, but it's the same thing, and we've seen these errors before because Gavardio had a few missed passes in the Spurs game. What I need is again,
and then your boy Edison as well for the second one.
The third,
he was the second one at the near post. Where he thinks it's gonna go out. It's from the left and it's been dinked to the back.
Off of him. That is such an incredibly tight angle because he didn't even. It's like his near post was almost not even width size for the ball. Like it was that tight. So yeah. I don't kill him so much for that goal, but him rushing out brashly, him not even making contact with the ball or the player, and then being able to concede that third goal, that's the problem. That really was the problem for me. Now, we should be handling them easily. I mean, fine, or like really, let's be honest. As poor as our form's been, 3-0 up, 75th minute, we should be seeing that game through. But when the first goal goes in, and this is where I need to talk about, and some of you ignore this, that's fine. I know what the importance it is, what the importance is of the fan base. I know what a crowd can do. You've been to games. We've all been to games. You know what the energy of a crowd can do when they're up for it, when they're on it, when they're not giving the opposition any type of relaxation, and also when a crowd is antsy, when a crowd is doubtful, when the crowd is like, they're now silent. They're now not cheering the players on. That happened after the first goal went in. After the first goal, there was a antsiness. There was a like, no, this is it gonna happen? So it happened. Thank goodness it was not a loss. Because when we talk meltdowns, again, I'm built different, Flawless. There wouldn't have been a meltdown on my case, but there would have been a lot of questioning, a lot of looks into certain players on how are you letting this happen? The same way we did it after the Real Madrid crumble a couple seasons back. How do
Yeah,
you know what I mean? How do you let
yeah.
that game slip away like that?
Mhm.
Now, when we talk about leaders, that's what needs to change here. Because I've said this on a few shows. I'm not looking at the club to be like, go out and spend more. I know that's the remedy for many of you Chelsea fans and others. Hey, spend more money. You show me ambition. You show me intent by spending more money. Nah, I need to see
You
the
know,
players that we currently have, and I need them to fix up because, again, they've gotten it done before.
mhm,
So there's excuses. Okay, maybe you're not getting the result against a Arsenal or a Liverpool, right? Or a Real
mhm,
Madrid, depending on or an Inter, as we talked about Champions League. But Feyenoord, for me not to get a result versus Southampton, you know what I mean? Those games are where you're looking at the players. I don't want to hear about the board. I don't want to hear about any of that. It's the players because you have enough
definitely.
quality. Same thing in this game. Now,
Okay.
I think I think if there's anything that Pep is going to continue to leverage to see who his fighters are and who need to be, again, you're going to have some frontline warriors or soldiers, and you're going to have some people that are in the mess hall, that are in the cafeteria, that are on the medical staff. You can't see that type of action. I I need to see who those players are. That's what I need
You're,
because as
so
we
you're
talked
looking from now up until January for the players to step up.
from now, well, now it's got to be immediate. There's the Liverpool game, there's going to be Forest, and there's Crystal Palace. It is these three in particular.
Mhm,
So it's about who's going to be stepping up and who's going to be delivering. Again,
mhm.
those of you listening, let me know if my mic is clipping in and out. I have to adjust
Nah, I
my
think
sound.
you're good. Let us know, people. If not, I plug my headphones in, but you sound clear to me. You sound
All right,
clear to
cool.
me.
Um, but it's about the players, and it's about the
Mhm,
players doing what Pep's asking. And again, I get it. I get it. We're a little older. We've got some injuries, but again, seeing a game out doesn't necessarily mean physicality. It means being dialed in. It means being switched on. And
the high
what's
line, is that not a problem?
if you look at how we defended it now, because again, here's the byproduct of the high line is okay, you can try and bypass it by going above or going
Mhm,
directly through, but that should only be a problem, in my opinion, if the front attacking line are the ones getting the results against my back line.
okay.
If I'm seeing other runners, if I'm seeing other midfielders getting through that and they're causing these late results as well, which I've been noticing, I'm questioning not the high line, but those in the midfield and the connection that they have between the two. I, our high line congests the pitch. It makes it difficult for players to pass through. If we're not getting the movement from the midfielders, then you're easily bypassing them and getting onto our final third. Then I'm questioning the midfield, and I think that's been the biggest question all season. Pep has to get the right combination. I'm seeing all kind of different 11s. I really don't question. I really don't question the front.
Big up CP.
Wow!
That's it.
Wow!
Not your mic's fine. I can hear the waffle clearly. Don't worry. I actually don't think he's waffling. One thing I do agree with Veteran is about the players who are current. I disagree with the not needing to spend money, but players do have to step
No, no,
step up.
no. Of course we have to spend. Of course we have to
Yeah, yeah.
spend if the quality isn't currently
Oh,
up
that
to
was
level.
just a cheap shot. The rest of us got you. Got you.
No, 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 no. It's not a cheap shot. I'm just saying it's not the first solution. It's not the first fix.
Yeah, yeah. Because
Because
we're in November.
exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. And
I
if it
feel the
was the
same way
case,
about my football club right now. Actually, tell a lie, I don't, because these man can't step up. But the whole different conversation. But go on as you
nah,
were.
your players can step up. Don't do that.
Okay, all
The
right.
thing
Cool.
that
You want to swap?
wait, no, you're going too far.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. As bad as your players have been, you know what I'm saying?
No, you're going too far. You're going too far. What is this guy saying? Swap. Um, what I did not expect that at all. What I need to see is these players just delivering on what they're actually capable of, and it's really following the manager's instructions. The the combination of what he puts in the midfield has to have as some want to clown. Oh, this era of football, pace and power. You need a combination of it.
Absolutely.
right? Can you question anything with regards to Manchester City's midfielders and technique? No.
No.
Skillful, tech,
Yeah.
they got it.
Yeah.
But there's a combination where you also need pace and power. And when Liverpool were at their peak, they had the right combination. You had those that were going to be running, you had those that were going to be putting in that grunt work, and then you had those tech guys. You had those guys that would distribute well placed, well paced, and weighed passes. They did all that. We have the technical ability to the roof.
Facts.
Everybody's skillful.
Yeah.
But what we're getting ran through because the pace and power is not there. And you have to have the right mix. I think this Liverpool game, I don't know if you want to touch on it a little later or
Yeah,
however you
we'll
want.
talk about it later, but go and make your point on it that you're gonna make on it. But we'll talk about that. We
This
definitely gonna
Liverpool
talk
game,
about that.
I'll say it could get really ugly.
Oh yeah, we know.
Could get
We gonna be there, man.
really ugly.
I'm
Now,
saying.
Liverpool have a tendency of making United. Let me say this. Let me take it back. Liverpool have a tendency to want to make Manchester feel pain.
Absolutely.
All right? And we get it. They haven't been able to really do that to City for a while. You guys,
Yeah,
you
ours is
guys
different.
took
Yeah, we
some
took some beatings.
serious beatings.
Absolutely.
They're going to look to try and do the same. And I don't blame them. Obviously, we can't blame Liverpool for how they're feeling because they've been getting slapped up by us for a minute now. So the whole revenge, I saw the revenge in full effect with what they want to do with Real Madrid, right? Real Madrid's been humbling them for a long time now.
Absolutely.
And when it mattered, when it resulted in trophies, right? So look how Liverpool reacted in a group stage win. Essentially, this is like the group stage, right? Look at how they reacted with the win over Real Madrid in the group stages. They want this bad. And I know they want this even worse versus Manchester City. The clubs that's cost them two prems, right? The club that keeps all these rivals able to say 1 in 30. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's 34.
My bad. Thank you. Thank you for that correction.
That.
We are the club that's been giving them that pain, so we know they're man motivated. Now, what I happen to be tracking right now is who's available for Manchester City. I am refreshing the page all the time to see who's available, who's not, and I got to wait another day because things can happen over the course of today and tomorrow with regards to training sessions and availability. Flawless. If I don't have my best midfield, if we don't end up talking before the game, the best I can wish for is a draw.
No, I hear that.
The best I can wish for is a draw.
You know, it's a
I've
struggle.
had better teams, Flawless. I've had better teams go into Anfield, ready to play them off the park. Ready to just do our madness, play Manchester City football, and leave there with the draw.
Absolutely.
So there's no downplaying. There's no underdog. There's no gaslighting you guys. I'm telling you, City are vulnerable, and we've been vulnerable for a minute. If you think that I'm going into this Anfield game with mad confidence,
of course not. You ain't winning 6. Of course you ain't going into it confident. Just touch a 3-goal lead inside 15 minutes to Feyenoord. Of course you ain't going into a confidence.
Yeah,
outside of Haaland, you can't score goals. I get why you're not going into confidence. Injuries, I get it. Like, look here, Warrior J says, record alert. City have become the first team in Champions League history to be leading a match by 3 goals as late as the 75th minute and go on to fail to win. Told you, man. Looking very, very Ten Hag-ish. Manchester City have tonight failed to win.
Whoa. No, you're not going to do that.
Is this not a Ten Hag record?
You're not going to compare that. You're not going to compare that record to a Ten Hag record.
Ten Hag broke these type of records all the time. Not obviously it was many more, but these are the type of records he was breaking.
Yeah. Hey, breaking records resulting in losses, that's very different from breaking records that still end in a draw. Let's not
we're celebrating draws now, yeah?
No celebrating, but don't take me down another level. You're trying to take me down to the losing level. I'm not at the losing level.
That draw might cost you in the competition, but we'll get to that in a second. Manchester City have tonight failed to win a match in which they led by 3 goals for the first time in all competitions since May 1989. Damn. Again, that's another one. But yeah, Champions League, are you concerned you don't finish top 8? Even worse, you can say 2 questions. You don't finish top 8 or top 24.
I've already accepted I'm probably not finishing top 8.
Okay, so you're okay.
I've accepted that.
What about the top 24?
I'm not making top 24?
Yeah. Juventus away, PSG away.
I know. Juventus, PSG, I hear that. You know what? This is a weird year, man. This is a weird year when it comes down to where the winners are at. You know what I mean? Like past seasons, projected probability, who's winning the Champions League, all that kind of stuff. Look at where the two big dogs, right?
Yeah, it's been an end of an era. I've made this point that there hasn't been a final without you or Real Madrid since in 5 years. Either one of you two has been in the final. 2020 was the last time either one of you two was in the final.
This is where I got to check you, and I'm checking everybody else. Okay,
well,
let's relax with this. It's an end of an era. It's a break. It's a pause. The era's not over. All right. So let's not do this. It's an end of an era. It's just the break. It's just a pause. It's
okay. What I'm saying is, when I say end of an era in regards to that's too strong. You're right.
End of a streak.
It's the end of the road for this team. You got to rebuild.
Yes. Okay.
It's the end for this. It's the end. And I've been here as a United fan where a team comes to the end of the cycle.
Okay.
It's the end of the cycle for this team.
I don't like this era. You're doing too much Ten Hag talk tonight with this era stuff. You're doing too much Ten Hag stuff.
You was all for it when he said it, though. But when I say it's a problem. Hey, you was all for it when he said it. But when I say it's a problem, yeah.
Wait, I wasn't all for it when he said it was the end of an era.
You loved it. Look at the smile on your face. Now just thinking about it, saying it.
Look, I'm smiling because I'm like, when was I happy that Eric Ten Hag said end of an era?
Because you knew where Ten Hag had us, but we'll get to that. Yeah, fucking Ten Hag. Jesus, thank God he's gone. You know
Ten Hag, man, they're doing you dirty even when you're gone. Listen,
they're doing him dirty. What, Satan's favorite soldier? How are we doing him dirty?
Whoa,
explain.
Whoa.
Explain. Complete terrorist. You see the football he was playing.
Yeah, but
they told you Ten Hag in his they fuck you and fuck Ten Hag. How about that? That's what I say.
You know what's good though?
Go on.
Because are you one to say that was Ten Hag responsible for these players coming in? I don't want to derail the convo, but
no, I think he was. Because to me, Eddie always says this about players on the pitch: you're either coaching it or you're allowing it. So let's say he didn't want players and was being given players, leave. That's my thing. Managers have done it before. That's with anything in life. If I've been given a job to do, and then I am not being given and I'm being given tools to do said job that I don't think are good enough to do that job, I am leaving. Because you're handicapping me.
All right.
That's what I would say. You handicap. You don't have my best in, because who's gonna get the blame when it goes wrong? People ain't blaming the board. People are gonna look at me.
That's true. All right.
That's how I personally look at it. And I've done that in life before. I've been in certain not jobs, but like certain situations, like entertainment type things. And I've been at certain roles, radio stations, and been like, you know what? You lot don't want to help. I'm gone. I left.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. If the support's not there, you're going to be critiquing me. You're going to be evaluating me to a certain standard, and I'm not given the opportunity to actually have the tools to do it. Yeah. Why am I going to stick around in a lose-lose situation? I hear it.
And let me get to this from NA. Big up for the super chat. Appreciate it. Much appreciated. Says Vader, can I please get some Liverpool prop? Fan of you and sarcasm. Big up, my guy. Appreciate it. Also, do you prefer Liverpool or Arsenal as your competitor, i.e., manager, fans, etc.? So 2 questions for you. You don't have to get
asking for Liverpool prop. That's an interesting super chat. No, not to do the whole money thing, but for me to prop up Liverpool, that's a low number. That's a low number because This is a service that I'm now providing, and that's. But I will say this: with Klopp gone, I think there was a drop in Pep's seriousness, Pep's focus, right? Because there was no. And when I say that, I think there's also maybe the club overall. I think Manchester City were like Liverpool and Klopp. That's a problem. Liverpool and Klopp, have to do this. We need to have these things in place. When it was a exit of Klopp, I think there was a little bit of like a okay, it won't be as challenging as we thought. When there was also
So
a
you reckon they've been caught by surprise by what Slot and Liverpool are doing?
yes, yeah, 100%.
Which is surprising. But yeah, you lot are paying for you lot are paying for a couple underwhelming windows.
Transfer windows, 100%. But the surprise, and again, I don't even take a slight when it says Manchester City were surprised, because almost every Liverpool fan to a man and woman are surprised. So it's not like anyone foresaw this and they were like, "Oh yeah, this is going to happen." No, everybody is surprised, and this is when I talk about FSG efficiency and flawless. Is like, stop it, Vader. What are you doing? FSG saw this. That's who saw this.
Yeah, they do.
Not the fan base. FSG hired this manager. FSG chose how and when not to spend or how to spend. They are the ones that saw this, but they're
they on the nicking the trophy. They don't want to do what City have done or Chelsea have done in the past, or United and dominate. Their MO is nick a trophy, which is terrible.
No.
Only Liverpool. So do you? All right. So let's say hypothetically they win the league. All right. So let's say hypothetically they win the league. Do you think they move serious in the next transfer window to try and dominate the summer 2025?
If they win either the Champions League or Prem,
yeah, let's say hypothetically they win the Premier League.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Do you think they? No, I'm asking you the question. Do you think they go? They move seriously in the window to improve and dominate?
When you do that serious or intent thing, I don't know how to grade that.
How you know how you grade that? Okay. Here's how to grade it in regards to the intent. If they win the league, and let's say they go inside, I just throw it out for example. Let's say Tchouaméni becomes available for Real Madrid, and they go and sign Tchouaméni. That's an intent move. That's a serious play of intent. Or they go and sign Zubimendi. I'm just throwing out names here.
Yeah,
or let's say they go and sign Gyökeres, for example. Or let's say they go and pick a top player. That's the point I'm making. You go and sign either a top player in terms of the peak of his powers, or a young player who's not also performing well, but also has great potential. So you think if they go and sign Tchouaméni in the summer, that's not a statement of intent? Knowing how players talk, you know how players have spoken about this on player podcasts. When a serious player walks through the door, it's like
I think that's a great United model, getting the marquee great name. But
other teams have done it though.
What's that?
Other teams, you lot have done it. You lot did it.
When was the last time we did it?
Not a marquee, but yeah, that's the point. And look where you're at now. But the point is, I'm saying previously. You might have got it wrong, but it's about the intent there. Even your win, like I signed Grealish.
But this is what I want to say.
That's what I'm saying. If they were to go and get a player like, because Grealish at that point, and I still rate Grealish, even though he's not been at his best for you lot, was one of the best players in the Premier League. So forget marquee name. If they go and sign one of the best players in the Premier League, let's say they go and get marquee name, they need a left back. Sorry to put you off. Let's say they go sign Anthony Robinson from Fulham. That's a serious move. He's not expensive. That's the point I'm making. Do you think, what I'm asking you is, do you think Liverpool do that?
They possibly could, but at the same time, this is what's interesting, right? And this is why when I kind of talk about the ups and downs, it gets ignored. We had a season where, and you mentioned it, we went out and got Jack Grealish. We spent $100 million. So if you look at the season, City spent $100 million. But we brought in one player, right?
Yeah.
And FSG, other than last year, they stocked up the two previous transfer windows. Well, they went and got Nunez. They went and got McAllister. They went and whoever they got. I don't keep track of Liverpool like that. But they spent the last 2 seasons with Klopp to strengthen, to get back in it. And again, those that aren't happy with them maybe being at the top, sometimes when you harvest the crop, you got to plant the seed, and you can't yield it until right.
No,
So
I agree with you. In the last 2 summers, the problem is all the summers before that where they didn't do what they were supposed to.
But
they had a champion. They won a Champions League and signed Vandenberg, and was it Kabak or somebody like that? They signed 2 players. That's not serious. Off the back of a Champions League, that's not serious. Off the back of the Premier League, that's not serious. You see how they're more inclined to move chasing rather than. I agree with you on McAllister and Nunes and much better.
They went and got Diaz,
Diaz.
They went
that
and
is,
got
you know what the problem is? Because my club do the same thing. When they're chasing, they want to move like that.
No,
but when you're on top, you lot move properly when you was on top of the tree.
But
that's the difference.
The funny thing is, you will say we moved with intent. We knew
absolutely
moved properly.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how do you also say that when the last 2 transfer windows, you would be questioning City on what they were doing?
Because you got the sign. Yeah, I hear you, but you got the application was there, the execution was bad. That's what it is. Kind of like how I've been talking about Manchester United under Amorim. The application was there, the execution was bad because you signed the wrong players, but it was intent. When you sign Vandenberg, you're not trying. When you win the Champions League and set Vandenberg is your only signing, you are not trying to dominate. You are not trying to win the Champions League again and go challenge and win the Premier League, because I think there was 1 point or 2 points off you. Same way with Real Madrid. They've got it. Looks like they've got it wrong with Mbappe. However, you don't sign Mbappe not after winning the Champions League and a Liga. That's aiming for domination. Now you might get it wrong, but the application is there. It's about applying yourself. FSG don't apply themselves. Boy,
I happen to completely disagree with you because
of course you do.
No, because I think there's because you're kind of putting on a universal way to dominate, right? You're saying you've seen this at other clubs. They show intent. They show to look to dominate based off of this pattern. And I think the same way, and again, I know it's an American model with this whole Moneyball thing, which was proven to be successful because they looked at things differently. And this is why their Liverpool fans are kicking off, because they're like, so what if these players are slightly on the older side? Let's keep them and let's go for this. Well, you may pay for it with trying to replace these aged players because they're going to be locking down money longer than they need to be. So FSG they'd rather get a player out 1 year early than 1 year late. So
that's all well and good. But all I'd say to you is, has it worked for them?
Who's been more successful since FSG have come into ownership other than me?
That's unacceptable. It's not about the success. No, it's not about the success.
Well, we do this every time.
No,
you guys don't do it right.
Because you don't like it. No,
do it right.
Forget all that. Has their model worked?
Yes, it has.
So they've been dominant.
Okay.
Have they? I'm asking the question. Have they been dominant? I'm telling you, they're not trying to be dominant. You're telling me they are. So I'm asking you, has it worked?
Flawless. They were. Let me say this, because I know we can do, in hindsight, I know we can do results.
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say.
They were 2 finals away from a quad.
Yeah.
So
they were 2 games away. Yeah.
Exactly. 2 games, but they were final games. One goal difference in the Champions League and a point difference from winning a quad versus. So when you talk about, did they show intent or were they moving to dominate? When you look at a season like that, I can't sit here and say, no, they weren't.
That's one season. Well, the
one
point
season
I'm asking,
winning a quad flawless. Come on, man. That's
the point I'm making is, no, I'm telling you, they haven't been dominant. Their model does not work.
They haven't been, but
their model don't work.
I can't say that. No.
Their model don't work because they won't be dominant. Because you don't fear them. You've already said City will be back. You don't fear them.
Yes, no. Hold on.
You don't fear them. You fear City.
Respect and fear are very close together. Respect and fear are very close.
Yeah, forget that. You don't fear that they're going to dominate.
I don't fear nobody.
No. Exactly, because nobody's moving serious.
Flawless. I don't even fear Real Madrid though, and you would say they move serious.
They move serious. If
I
they were
was
in the
talking
league, you
about
would.
Real Madrid wanting that to be a rivalry, and you're like, nah, no one considers Real Madrid a rivalry. But
No,
that's
you
the
was the
change in
one.
thinking that
No.
needs to
You was
happen.
the one that was like, we need to stop Real Madrid.
We
We need to
do
come
need to stop
together.
them.
Kumbaya,
That's
my
the
lord.
level
We
that we
all
need
need
to
to
get
come
to.
together. They stacking up Champions Leagues.
No, I'm telling you, we need to stop them. 15's too much.
We need to stop them. We need to come
15's too
together,
much.
all of us. We all need
We
to
do.
sit
We
around
all
the
need to,
campfire
we
and
all need
sing
to hold together,
Kumbaya,
lock
my
arms, and
lord.
hold them off.
Kumbaya. That's what you wanted us to do. Hold hands around the campfire. We must stop. You don't talk about anybody else like that. Exactly, because they're a serious unit. You wouldn't, if a Premier League side was moving like that, you would say the same thing, but nobody's on it. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to we gotta stop Real Madrid,
We need
Flawless.
to stop.
How
Real
can
Madrid.
you want them to win again? And all this
Exactly.
rubbish.
How are you promoting them? Go and get 16.
Yeah,
Go
hey,
ahead.
shout out. Hey, as long as you lot don't win it, I don't care. But big up to NA for another super chat. He said, gaslighting. I played myself. You did play yourself, but I appreciate the super chat. Thank you very much. Before we continue, run up the likes, hit the subscribe button on the channel, hit the notification bell as well. But back to Manchester City. So you already agree, you're already thinking you're not going to finish top 8. Top 24, are you concerned? Juventus away, PSG away. If you lose those two.
If I lose those two, but see, it's such a weird thing because if I lose those two, who else is also losing? Like who's below us that
You're
could
currently
win?
17th now, so you're currently the team in 25th, which is PSG, are 4 points away from you. So if you lose 2 games, you could fall. It's very, very congested.
It's about all the teams below us winning games when we lose, right? So,
and you also want to, goal difference could remain. Be key. Pardon me.
Juventus is home, PSG is away. Is that correct?
Nah, they're both away.
They're both away.
They're both away. You got to travel to Italy. You got to travel to France, Turin, Paris, and then Club Brugge at home, which could be a must win.
They'll end up being must wins. Am I concerned about top 24? It's hard to answer that right now, Flawless, because honestly, we played well enough to win, but we let that game slip away.
Yeah,
I need to see how well we play against Liverpool to properly answer that question. Right now, I'm not concerned not to be in the top 24. Because I think
we have actually, to be honest.
Say that
you're
again?
Probably one win away from being top 24.
Yeah. I think one win actually kind of seals it, but again, it also depends on who loses and who doesn't.
11 points will get you there still.
I love this format. Also, to bring this back,
I like
this format. Everything matters now. There's no, you know what I mean? There's no calculating. Oh, we just need to win. We just need to win 5 games and then we're secured or whatever. If you want to get, because again, when you get that top spot, every second game or second leg is at home. And that's a great advantage because you know what was done on the first leg. Now you come home, you got your crowd, you handle business. I really enjoy this format, and it makes every game count.
Like the format. I was skeptical of it, but I like it.
Yeah,
I was extremely skeptical of it, but I'm like, I like this format.
I think UEFA did their thing. They did enough to kind of hold this Super League thing off a little bit. I like what they changed things up. I think obviously these clubs want a little more money. That's probably been the biggest thing with regards to the Super League, but we'll see where this nets out. I do like the new format. Top 24, that should be happening. Juventus, PSG, tough clubs to have to deal with.
I know PSG ain't been at their best, but it's still going to be a tough game.
Yeah, it's still going to be a tough game. And it's going to be kind of like there's history there. We playing against them when they had Neymar and Mbappe. You know, it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. So
yeah, we will be there, people. Watch alongs galore. We'd see. This crisis will be live streamed.
Sorry, as we talk top 4, you have no concerns about advancing, do you?
Oh, in the Europa League?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're going to be top 8. Calm, I've said this. Okay. Said this before. I was talking about this before Rude played his match.
You said this? We'll be top 8. So once Ted Hogg was no longer manager, you were like, you got this?
I said top 8, comfy. I said, look at the teams. PAOK.
Wait. Did you say that while Ten Hag was here, or?
Oh, no. With Ten Hag, we were top 24 side. In words to NBA, we was a playing side under him. Under that terrorist, we was a playing side. As soon as he left, I said, look at the opposition. I said, Bodo Glint, PAOK, Victoria P, Rangers. I was like, yeah, this was comfortable. I said this. I said I won 5 wins from 5 in that comp, and we got We got 3 left now.
All right.
2 wins
All
and
right.
2. So I was like,
Respect
yeah,
that.
we'll comfortably
No
finish
offense.
top.
I haven't been watching. I tune in. I tune in to catch the watch alongs here and there.
Appreciate
I haven't been watching the games, but nah, okay.
yeah,
I like the change in attitude. You know what? I've been hearing it because sometimes I don't get to watch the screen. I gotta hear it.
yeah.
I can hear the smiles. I can
Yeah,
hear the
absolutely.
united smiles. It's nice to hear. To be honest with you, it's like it's
It's great.
refreshing because sometimes you don't want doom and gloom and like people upset. You don't want that energy around you. But
Nah, I
tuning
want
in
doom
and
and gloom
listening,
feet. Like I wish you nothing but happiness everywhere else apart from Manchester City. I hear you. Seeing
yeah,
your
but
personal life and everything,
I'm
but
just
yeah,
saying.
I hear you.
I think everybody in the chat right now, you probably seen Flawless smile a lot more the last
Oh yeah,
couple
they
weeks.
crashed on me for that. They hate me for that. They were like, "We tired of you smiling. We don't like you happy. Why are you smiling so much? Shut up." You know what I'm saying? We hate you for this.
Why does he keep showing the Colgate smile? What's
Yeah, why do
happening
you
over
keep
there?
smiling? That's what it was. We weren't even playing. People are getting at me for my predictions. I was like 2-0. I'm confident. People are like, wow, why are you confident? We don't like this.
Damn.
I love it.
Alright.
It's great.
Nah,
See,
nah,
and Don sees family. Look, see, he's family. He says, facts. I hate Happy Flawless. Pisses me off. These lot don't like it. This was before we even played a match. I'm over the mood. It's great. Even yesterday, even though we didn't play too well, and I get to it shortly, it's like I'm still seeing positives and all the stuff that I wanted to see. I wanted to see the basics. My manager, it's refreshing to hear my manager call out the obvious. All the stuff I've been saying. All the stuff I've been saying, he has said in 10 days, 2 weeks. He's figured this out. Hey, you know what? This team lacks physicality. I've been talking about our team being full of marathon runners and having no athletes. He hasn't mentioned our defense once. All the time he's been talking on it, he's not mentioned defensive players or defensive structure once. Everything he's mentioned is attackers. Hey, you might need to get in the box more. We need to score more goals. But hey, you and others were talking about, yeah, this team finished third, 70 goals, 75 league goals and all this rubbish. Huh? Oh, yeah, but sorry, Vito, you was listening to certain United fans who were telling you this,
I
but not me.
was
But you was listening to others.
I was on the other, but I was
Yeah.
on the opposite side as well, saying defensively, you guys shoring up the defense would be the positive part, would be the
We've been
difference
decent defensively though,
Yeah,
but that
so
wasn't because of
but you never want to bring that up. You always want to bring up the goal stuff. I talked about defensive.
Yeah, because the defense, you wanted to praise Ten Hag for that. It wasn't. That's the individuals we have. Individually, we have good defenders. From an individual standpoint.
So individually, do you have good attackers?
No.
Okay, so why would I crash it on Ten Hag?
Because he signed them attackers. What are we talking about? These are his guys. What are we doing out here? They're his guys. What are we doing?
All right. Amorim's got to get his guys. Okay, Amorim's got to get his attackers.
Yeah. He's figured that out quick. He said that straight as soon as the game against Ipswich reports came out. The next day, United looking for a loan, looking for a striker. Strikers needed, attackers needed.
Well, last I talked to you, I think you want 6 players, right? You want 6 players?
It might even be more after yesterday. You know what I'm saying? It might be a whole friggin' 20. But no. In regards to it, I've said this. First team, we need a striker at 10, 2 wingbacks. And and a midfielder.
A striker and a 10? What's Mount? Is Mount not a 10?
I don't. You know what? Great question. Troops asked me that earlier. What is Mount? Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know what he is. Marathon runner, cross country runner. I'm saying 1500-meter runner. He a runner. He a track star. So a Mount is. Because he does nothing. He does very little on the football, but he can run around and press. Phenomenal like that. When it comes to covering ground, he's probably when it comes to covering ground, he's the guy.
Lampard got the best out of him. Shout out to Lampard.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Lampard, and he got the Coventry job as well. I'm big up to Rude for getting the Leicester job as well.
Is that confirmed?
Yeah. Rude Van Nistelrooy got the Leicester City job.
Whoa!
Yeah. Shout out to Rude, man. Love that.
Have you? Oh, damn. When is it?
Love that.
Okay. That's crazy.
Oh, geez. Speaking of that, shout out to Tony as well. Says, oh, Vega dare show his face around these streets. Damn, big up to Vega. I got to do the show again with you lot. You have been in demand. People have been asking for crossovers with you on the channel, actually. You have been in demand.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. You bums.
Hey, welcome to my world, mate.
Where was the demand, you bums? Where was the demand, you bums, when things were different, right? When it was the 3-peat time, when it was the 4-peat, where were you? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Welcome to my world. I've never been in demand so much under that last guy.
Y'all,
welcome to my world. But yeah, so Champions League. Go on.
You know how these rivals are moving.
Go on.
Rivals. Flawless. I know you live this life. You know when you had your baddie with you,
Hmm.
and you know what I mean, like you decide to break up
Hmm.
for whatever reason, and then all these other men's are asking, "Yo, what's up with y'all still?" Everybody have been waiting for this. They've just been waiting to pounce. Guys, it's a rough patch right now. So
Yeah.
be, be easy. Be easy with how you talk to me and how you talk about my club. Just be easy with it. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say right now. Tony, I don't hide. I don't hide. And if there's anywhere you want to find me after a game result, because I make it a point, I'll give my 5, 15 minutes. Football Terrace. I will talk there.
Love
But if
that.
I'm gonna have a proper combo, no trolling, no having to deal with any type of bants, I'm here. You know that, Tony.
Thanks.
You know that. You know where to
That is true.
find me. You know
We
where to
got
find me.
that is true. That is true. So Champions League, confident of at least finishing in the top
At
24. Not
least 20, at least top 24.
24.
We got
I hear that, man.
at
We'll be
least.
there for you lot in the playoffs, man. We'll be there, man. We will be there. And there will be many Manchester City watch-alongs on the channel as well, people. This
Oh
Manchester
yeah,
City.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
A
yeah,
lot of watch
absolutely,
alongs
man.
now.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. You lot
We
are
get this.
top of the list. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be documented. It will not
Look
be
at this.
televised. The Manchester United crisis may not be televised, but it will be live streamed. I will tell you that much. Well, it will be televised. We go on. So we're here for it. 100%. You know, all over the live stream schedule, changing
Yeah,
stuff around. You see
little
that
tech.
Juventus away trip? I was gonna do Arsenal Monaco. No. We doing Juventus versus Manchester
We're
City.
just a little
The
tech.
old lady versus the citizens. We will be
Okay.
there. And speaking of that, Pep Guardiola, man, your manager looking stressed, scratching his nose, scratches on his head. Thankfully, he took back. He said he was joking when he said he wanted to harm himself. But what's going on, man? Your manager cracking, that can't be a good look. That can't fill you with confidence.
Ooh, actually, it's the opposite. It
Okay,
does.
talk about it.
It does. Now, people deal with losses in a different way. I've
Mhm.
said this a few times. When I'm most frustrated, I need to be physically active. I
Yeah.
need to get out. I need to hit the gym, go for a run, whatever it is. For some people also exhibit stress differently. I mean, we've all seen that image of Sir Alex Ferguson, tight clenched, squeezing that hand when he was stressing in that game versus Barca. Everybody deals with things differently. Some will tap their feet, some will bite their nails, some will scratch, some will tick, whatever they do. Pep is experiencing something, and I hate that it happens to happen. It has to happen, or it's happening at my club right now. But he is experiencing a run that he's never had.
Facts.
And you know what? Some want to take jabs at my club. Some want to be like, look at what City are doing to Pep's legacy.
Oh,
Pep's
damn. I didn't
legacy
hear
is.
that.
Oh, I'm hearing it. I'm hearing some shameful people want to bring up.
Nah, man. This is on
Oh,
Pep. Don't people do that? That's lazy. Don't blame City for
yeah,
Pep.
no,
This is
it's
on
mad
Pep.
lazy. It's mad lazy. I
This
correct
is
you.
on Guardiola.
So Pep has, and it kind of backfired on us. It didn't have the type of momentum that we were expecting when we displayed. You can relate to this, Flawless. I mean, Liverpool fans can relate. Um, unfortunately, Tony, if you're still in the chat, you can't relate to this. But we displayed our Ballon d'Or winner in terms of Rodri to get the crowd amped up, to get everybody hyped. We also announced that earlier in the week a 2 year, not a 1+1, a 2 year contract extension for Pep. Taking his run. Flawless every time. He's like, get this guy out of here. Win and go. Win and leave, Pep. Pep was like,
Facts.
win and leave. I'm losing now. I'm
Facts,
not
man.
leaving.
Now stay and lose. I'm with you on
I'm
that.
losing now. Now you think he's gonna stay and lose. I'm losing. I'm
This
not going
season I'm
anywhere.
talking about, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. So he signed a 2 year contract extension, which now means he's gonna be here until for 11 years. He will be here for 11
Mm.
years. Now, when other managers, shout out to all you Liverpool fans, when other managers have delivered one of everything and said, you know what, I'm tired, I got to move on, that's not my manager. So my manager said, I'm up here for this battle. I was here to build this up. We got what we got. We got these winnings. We've shown that we can win it all. Now that we're stumbling, I'm not leaving you guys. Let's rebuild this. and then I'll sit you guys on the way. Then I'll set you guys up for success. Unlike previous managers that have had a long run but didn't leave you in a state to have continued success.
Mhm.
So I'm very happy for that. Now, this challenge, no one can relate to. Y'all get upset when I say this. But again, for those that want to say, Vader, where was your club 20 years ago? Okay, where was my club 20 years ago? Fighting it out. Not quite here yet, right? 24 years ago, trying to get back into the Prem. But we're here now. And we're trying to deal with something that none of you had to. Now, you may have forgotten how difficult it was. You know what? Flawless, I know Flawless hasn't forgotten. Some of you other United fans may have. But Sir Alex Ferguson was not able to win a four-peat. Sir Alex Ferguson also had those challenges to try and win back-to-back, was able to do it. Arsene Wenger, Tony, relax. Air muffs if you don't want to hear this, all right? Air muffs. This means you may not want to hear this when I have my hands over my ears. Your greatest manager in the Prem era. Your greatest manager in the Prem era was not able to do back-to-back. Not able to do it. All right, you can listen now, Tony. That's how difficult back-to-back is. And Pep's done a four-peat. I don't know how he gets these players motivated. I don't know how he keeps them knowing it's every game you guys got to play for. No late comebacks. No turning it on after the Christmas or winter holidays over. No winter break now. Let's go on our run. No, we got to do it now. Every team thinks that they had that knockout punch against us. They've seen Mike Tyson go down to Buster Douglas, and now everybody's taking their shot at us. Everybody's taking their shot at us. So Pep's got to – this is where Pep's trying to figure out who's accountable. Who's not going to have their head drop when a goal goes in? Who's going to follow the instructions? I know it's incredibly difficult to relate to non-Manchester fans, but the motivation to remain at the top is incredibly difficult. There's a physicality, but then there's also the mentality. And I think that's what Pep's dealing with. We have good enough players. I said it early in the show. We have good enough players not to have the results that we had. We should not be 5 games, 6 games without a win. Should not be the case.
Facts.
And to then really be overly critical of my manager if we don't get a result against Liverpool. Listen, Liverpool are in the best form. They're probably the best form team in the world right now. And if there's one thing I gotta say, no other club takes advantage when the best is stumbling. No other club takes advantage when the big dog happens to have a slight poor showing of form. Because what do? What did they just do? They just got a result versus Real Madrid. Not the best we've seen of Real Madrid. Not when it's man-to-man. Not when it's mano-y-mano. Not when it's like, you know what? Your best versus mine. No. That's not when Liverpool wins. Liverpool win when I see you're injured. You got a bad ankle? Yeah, that's when Liverpool wins. When does Liverpool win versus City? Not when we're both at our peaks. Not when I just came out having the best training session and you did. No, when we do that, we win. We win, whether it's 1 point or not, we win. Now, when we stumble, injury crisis, fall off, trying to win a three-peat after winning back-to-back, that's when Liverpool come through. They did that during a lockdown. They took advantage of everybody. Everybody was in trouble. So I expect Liverpool to be at their very best again when City are at their worst. And that's why I'm thinking this game is going to be incredibly difficult. I haven't seen an assassin. I haven't seen a ninja like FSG and Liverpool anywhere else. They take advantage when you're weak. And they're going to do that to us. They did it. They did it when they won their last Prem, their only Prem, because we were weak. We won back-to-back, trying to win a three-peat, stumbled, and they were flying, just like they are right now. They played 11 games or 12 games, 1 loss. Sorry, I got to take this. My bad.
That's all good, man. Take your time, fam. It's all blessed. No stress. Hey, you lot. First, I've actually forgot to mention this all show. Make sure you subscribe to Vader Games TV. His link's in the title, people. Hit the link in the title, Veta Games TV, and subscribe to Veta's channel. If you're a City fan, you should be over there. If you're supporting me, you should be over there because Veta's here week in, week out. Normally, you get this show on Tuesdays, 11:30 p.m. UK time, but we had to move it around. But we're here. But we'll be back to normal schedule next week, people, 11:30 p.m. UK. But run up the likes. Hit the subscribe button on the channel. We're at 45 likes. Let's get up to 50 likes. Big up to Tony Clark Gunner in the chat. Shout out to my guy Tony. Hey, Temmie, that's you. Big up to my guy Tech Temmie, man. Temmie, I hope you're blessed and everything. Big up Ahmad is free from Turner Ram CP. Big up to you as well. In regards, because I was going to go here anyway, in regards to Manchester United and the Bodo Glint game. First and foremost, important, very important, Manchester United got the win. But secondly, that first half performance, completely unacceptable. Anyone who was on the watch along knows I was fuming. My head was hot. That performance, every time, Temmie, man, big up. My head was totally unacceptable. In particular from our attacking players. And as much as I don't rate these players, as I said on the match reaction, even I overrated them. I see in the lineup, but didn't particularly like it. But I was like, it's Bodo Glint at home. We should get a routine home victory. How wrong was that? We kept the ball well, yes, but offered nothing going forward. Outside of the 2 goals, props to Mazarari for the second goal. Great interception, good piece of skill, great cross. Højlund, great touch, great finish. Again, Højlund, someone I've been critical of, but he performed, well, he didn't perform very well. He produced 2 individual moments that helped us win the game. However, we're playing Bodo Glint at home and couldn't create anything. Someone tell me what created in the first half. I don't remember anything. I legit. Malacia, we will get to from a defensive standpoint, offensively terrible. Anthony at wingback, offensively terrible. Bruno playing in a deeper role, offensively terrible. Mount, calling him non-existent is disrespectful to calling players non-existent. He does nothing. This is particular first half. Garnacho, nothing. Højlund outside of being involved in the 2 goals, nothing. How are we playing Bodo Glint and none of our attackers even played above average? Bodo Glint at home. This ain't Lazio away. Ain't athletic club. It's not like a team from one of the top leagues in Europe. It's not La Liga. It's not the Bundesliga. It's not Serie A. It's not Ligue 1. The Norwegian at home. And all our attackers were below average to poor. That's not good enough. My head was hot. I'm still hot about it right now. You can tell by the way I'm talking about it. And I kind of calmed down by full time. But even when I was talking about it back again, just remembering it. And then from a defensive standpoint, the first goal, maybe the Lit can play it back to Onana, but it's a quality strike from the edge of the area. I'm not really too critical like that. Not really too critical about that. I'm like, fairs. But the second goal, Malacia, someone who I've wanted to see play left wing back, and I'm hoping that's because he's been out for so long. Because it's like 18 months. I think it's a year and a half. We've not seen him. And he was pace and power, athletic, agile. And he got burned for that goal. We got cooked, and we already have a lack of athletes in this side anyway. And that's why athleticism, in particular in Amorim's system, where you're playing high pressing and it's high energy, you need athleticism. And he mentioned that before even taking a training session, before taking a game. He was like, oh, this team lacks physicality. And that Malacia goal, I was thinking, he's going to deal with that. And he doesn't. Props to Amorim. Took Malacia off, brought on Dalot, and in the second half, we were much better. Second half, we were much better because the game plan was applied, but there's the difference. It was executed miles better. Even outside of the goal, which was a very, very good team goal, dominated the ball and created a whole heap of chances. We should have easily won that half, at least 3-0. Bare minimum, worst case scenario, even the Rashford half chance should hit the target. Who knows? He hits the target, the keeper makes a mistake. It rebounds and it goes in off their defender, or Garnacho or another player scores the rebound. No worries, Vale, or scores the rebound. Mount hit the bar, probably should score. The 2 Garnacho chances, criminal. Anyone who's heard me say play pro clubs, when someone misses someone on our team misses 2 or 3 chances, I'll be like, blood on their hands. Blood on his hands. There are 2 chances I score, and I am no finisher. And even I'm like, I score those. They even hit the target. They even hit the target. The right foot one went wide.
He's promising,
Went
though.
to Eddie,
He's promising.
giving souvenirs. And then the left foot one went wide. Not good enough. And now the not grace period, but now the period for Amorim. Now what I need him to do now, he's had multiple training sessions. Now he's had 2 full games. You need to start settling on 11. That's what he needs to start doing. I need you to start settling in on some form of an 11. And I don't want to see Garnacho in the 10. I want to see Mount in the 10. I don't want to see Rashford in the 10. If either of them start on Sunday against Everton, I'll be pissed. Do something different. Diallo will be in the 10. Why I don't want to see Garnacho, Rashford, or Mount in the 10?
Yeah.
Because they're all rubbish in the 10, that's why. And none of them are 10s.
So who would you suggest?
Diallo as one. He's not fit.
Isn't Diallo better out? Hasn't Diallo been looking better out wide?
He's been playing wing back. Yeah, he has. But that's the problem where it lies. Is not only is he our best 10, he's also our best wing back. That's how bad our side is. Because as we see it, as I spoke on, when people are like, play Anthony wing back, we seen Anthony against Bodo Glint. Rubbish. Bodo Glint people. Not Ipswich away. Not Ipswich away. Bodo Glint at home, and he did nothing.
Well, listen, there's a game out here in North America called baseball, and there's a rule of 3 strikes are out. Give some of these players not just one game or one stint at set position with, new manager and instructions. Give them 2 or 3 games.
Give who 2 or 3 games? Anthony?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. You got Diallo, you got Maserati there. Hopefully one of our centre-backs is back fit. We need one of them back. Lindelof, Maguire, Euro, one of them. Hey, we trying to be to the top. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to dominate out here.
You know what it is? It's all your swiping left and right nonsense. You're too quick to judge. Give the man a couple games and see whether he can do it or not.
Who, Anthony? I already seen him against Bodo Glint. I already knew, even beforehand, you see the same way that Amorim, before he took a game, said this team lacks physicality. He said that and he was right.
This is the swipe left, swipe right generation, man. Too quick.
I can already see that Anthony don't have the physicality to play wing back. He don't have it. He ain't got the physical makeup to do it.
Yeah.
He don't. Name a wing back that's his profile then. Don't worry, I'll wait.
You know what?
Exactly.
I don't think he's as skillful. But look at Cancelo. Look at Cancelo's makeup. I think Anthony could...
Cancelo, who in his time here was the best fullback in the league.
I'm not saying.
We saying João Cancelo, or is there a different Cancelo? Maybe it's a different Cancelo. This is a different Cancelo we're talking about. Hey, chat, let me know. There was a different Cancelo I missed. It can't be João.
Well, weren't you talking about like the makeup in terms of like physicality and like in terms of pace? Like, I think Anthony, obviously he's not defensively, like he's not set that way. I think he could be coached up that way. But
and when I say from a physical, I'm not just talking like your pace. I'm talking like agility, mobility.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like Cancelo wasn't
just clear of him technically as well. Let's not forget that.
That's why I didn't want to go the technical route. I said,
because Cancelo's the perfect. Hey, if we had Cancelo here, cool. If Anthony was anywhere near Cancelo, I'd go cool. He don't do anything offensively. I watched the game against Bodo Glint. Hey, someone let me know, because then I'm like, oh, you being harsh. What did he do in that first half in particular? Okay, do you watch the game? What did he do in the first half?
Okay, this is why.
Nothing.
But this is why I'm saying give him 2-3 strikes.
I'm cool on that. Hey, Lindelof, Maguire, Euro. Euro's been training. Play Euro right-sided centre back. Maserati right wing back. Play Diallo in the 10. I know Mano's not got no minutes. We desperate. We got no choice.
Right generation, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is. What we talking about here? Man, talking about, give people, why do you see Anthony? Because I know what I'm going to see. I don't have to see Anthony play poorly against Bodo Glint at home. Do you even know where Bodo Glint is from?
Let's see it again. Let's see him in that role again.
Nah, please not. No, please. No, goodness. Absolutely not. Actually, you can play Victoria P away. Yeah. When we play Victoria P away, you can play then.
And if he cooks?
Good. Play him the next game if he cooks.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. To your point with regards to Amorim and him finding or sailing down on his main 11 or main 12.
When I say main 11, I'm not saying the full 11. I'm saying a 7 or 8. I'm saying a majority.
Yeah. Okay.
We need some form. So you've got your goalkeeper. You got Martinez. Shaw can play there. That's not an issue on the left-sided centre-back. De Ligt as a centre-back. Euro once he's back. Lindelof can do a job there.
He must be a manager that's going to also maybe make choices on who he plays based off of matchups or tactics, right?
That's cool. Yeah, I have no issue with that. But what I'm saying is that our better players need to be playing. Diallo has to be playing. I know Maino's not played any minutes so far, which lets me know he's far away. But he can play half an hour. We have no choice. Run him out there for half an hour and take him off. We have no choice.
Who do you guys play next? Who do you play next?
Everton at home. I thought Bodo Glimt Maino going to get some minutes, and he got no minutes. So it's like, right, how far away? Yoro's been training now for at least a week.
Yeah, it's a fitness. It's a 10 days.
Thing. So it's a fitness thing. But we in the point where it's like, I'm not saying play them 90. So to someone who said in the chat, rather have them for the rest of the season and rush them back. Yeah. It's not about rushing them back. It's like give them half an hour. Don't tell me Maino can't play half an hour. Yoro can't play half an hour. Play them 30 minutes. Because the rest of our players are terrible, as we are seeing. But one thing I will say, the second half, the application of the game plan was there and the execution was on point. That's us at a better level, and you've seen it because we battered Bodo Glimt in that second half. Yeah. Battered them. Should have at least won that half 3-0, 3-4-0. With better finishing and better decision making. But what I'm liked is that we're creating more, which is what I've asked from Amorim to do. However, some of these players cannot play in the 10 again. Right? It has to be Rashford or Højlund. They cannot play together. One has to play the 9, the other has to be on the bench. Højlund just got 2 goals, play Højlund. I want to see Rashford in the 10. Garnacho, I want him in the squad at this point because his performances have been that bad. If I see him in the 11 against Everton, serious questions. Play Diallo as one, play Bruno as the other. You have to be. Like, that's it. Yeah, Temi says Kobe can play 60 minutes. I was just saying that 30 minutes at least bare minimum. But yes, I agree with you. Maino's good enough to go and play a half. I agree with you on that, Temi. That's what I will say. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on it. But people have mentioned what I like in 3 of his 4 halves is we've dominated the ball. Even though only in 2 of those halves we've done more with it, that's half the battle. We've actually kept the ball for 70+% possession. Go on.
So the quality that you currently have or don't have and looking for, are there a lot of rumblings with regards to get him some players in January?
That's the talk. We're saying about striker potentially like on loan.
Oh, wow.
Which is needed, which I was screaming for in the summer. And now it's only now people are like, United need a striker.
So you think it's needed to win Europa, or you think it's needed?
No, I think we can win Europa with this lot, but it's just to help.
Okay.
Well, I'm looking at Europa regardless, to be honest. But that's more so not on our greatness, more so on the competition and Amorim, because he's got us dominating the ball in 2 games in a row, which I've not seen in probably since Van Gaal. Probably talking 10 years ago. The last time we've actually dominated possession in 3 halves of football. Against Ipswich, we had 70% plus possession. First half against Bodo Glimt the same, and the second half against Bodo Glimt the same. And people say, it's Ipswich and Bodo Glimt. We've not done that. Under Ten Hag, we didn't do that. Under Mourinho, we didn't do that. Van Gaal was the last. So I'm like, okay, we have the ball. Now, 2 of those halves, we didn't do enough with it, but it's baby steps. Okay, now we've got the ball, and you see how the second half of Bodo Glimt is what it's supposed to look like. It's just a lack of quality there. But I'm looking at him in regards to his selection. I'm not trying to see Garnacho, Mao, or Rashford in the 10. If you don't want to play Maino, cool. Play Diallo, play Bruno, Højlund, Casemiro, Agate. If that's not the team against Everton, I'm going to be pissed off. That should be the team in regards to the 2 midfielders, the 2 10s, and the striker. Then you play Maserati wing back. Play Dalot over the other side because you can't go with Malacia because he's way off it. And then hopefully,
but that's because he's not in form yet. Like he's
been out. I'm hoping so. It looks like he lost a yard of pace.
Yeah,
I'm hoping it's not too bad. But we move. But before obviously you go, Vader, the small trip of Liverpool away, man. So 2 questions. 1, How confident are you going? How do you want to see Pep set up number one? That's what I was going to ask. How do you want to see Pep set up number one? And number two, if you lose this game, is it title over?
You want me to answer the first question first?
Yeah, answer the first question first. Yeah.
First question first. So this is why I'm refreshing all the time to see is there someone newly injured, who's available. I know how pacey Liverpool are, right? And it's part of them. Even obviously with Klopp, now even with Slot, they look to take their chances, and obviously that pace and power is there. So as much as he's been criticized and said that football's left him, you jokers, he's been the best right back for a long time now, and I think I got to lean on him again.
You going with Kyle Walker?
Yeah, I need Kyle Walker's pace out there. I want his pace out there, and hopefully Pep doesn't commit him to get too far forward, because that's where I think the issues are, when he has to not only track back, but he's got to track back with pace, and you're taking too much out of those legs. Let's try to just reserve it for if anything's going over top, we got him. But I'd like to see Walker. I'd like to see Akanji. I'd like to see the leadership of Diaz.
So Walker, Akanji, Diaz.
You go Walker, Akanji, Diaz, and I would go Gavardio.
Okay.
Is how I would do it. Okay. If Diaz isn't healthy, because he hasn't been, that's why he hasn't been on that pitch, then let's go Walker, Akanji, Ake, and Gavardio at left back. That'd be my defense. That'd be the four. How he sets up the midfield.
How would you like to see him set up the midfield? So you're the manager. What would you pick?
So KDB hasn't been starting.
Mm-hmm.
KDB is that guy. KDB, he will force Liverpool to have to defend differently, because a ball to KDB's foot everywhere on that pitch can be pinpointed and delivered, right? So I want to see KDB. I'd want to see KDB. I'd want to see Nunez, and I'd want to see Gundogan in that midfield. That would be my
KDB,
ideal midfield.
Gundogan, and who?
And Nunez.
Okay.
Nunez with my legs. With the legs.
Yeah? Not Bernardo.
What?
Not Bernardo.
Nah, because I think I'm going to need Bernardo on to see out the game.
Okay.
I think I'm going to need him to see out the game, because again, Gundogan's legs, he's not giving me a full 90 minutes.
That's
he's
true.
Not. KDB might not be able to give me a full 90 minutes just coming off injury, because Pep hasn't been starting him. So I'd rather have them have to think about us defensively to start the game, rather than maybe adjust later on, because I don't think that suits us well. Let's go KDB, Nunez, Gundogan in my midfield. Up top, I need that killer. I need that man that erased the record book of Mo Salah's goal scoring record in the season. Everybody knows this. No question. You need Erling Haaland. You need the striking Viking up top.
Yeah, Haaland makes sense. Who were the two wingers, sorry?
Now, my wingers.
Yeah, who were the two wingers? Because you went there and you skipped up.
Here's where I got to ask some questions. Here's where I got to talk to you Liverpool fans. Tell me, who's healthy over there? Is it going to be Bradley or is it going to be Trent?
It's looking like Bradley went off injured, but Trent was on the bench, so probably Trent.
So if it's Trent at right back, I need one of my tricky wingsters out there. I need Savinho. I need Savinho or I need Doku. I need them.
Oh Lord, man said tricky wingers. I said Doku.
I need some of that. Ooh, what's he gonna do? Ooh, is he cutting on you? Ooh, what's he gonna do? Is he nutmegging you? Ooh, I need that. I need Trent on that. Oh, I gotta. Not only am I gonna try to spray passes, because you know what Trent does. Not only am I gonna have to make myself available for the ball because I'm gonna distribute, but I also got to know that I'm gonna need some help in defense. And I don't know how true it is, because this is why I'm asking Liverpool fans: who's healthy? Is Connor Bradley healthy? Is Konate healthy? Because Trent's going to need some help. I want someone to have to provide help to Trent. And Grealish, as great as Grealish is going to be in terms of, maybe you're going to close in on him because you don't want him to have so much time to maybe distribute a pass, but you're not going to be concerned about Grealish getting past you. You're not going to be concerned about Grealish taking a shot. I want Trent to have to worry about someone getting past him. So that's why I want Savinho or Doku, whether Trent plays, because Trent's going to need Konate's help or whoever is playing that right center back.
Konate's injured.
Konate's injured. Liverpool fans, let me know if that's still the case. So
no, Konate is injured. He's out for 5 to 6 weeks. Yeah.
Ooh, sorry to hear that. Trent's going to need help, and I want him to have.
You playing the kick and run merchant, or you playing Savinho over there?
Don't do that. Don't do that. How are you respecting one man by calling him by his name, and the other one you're calling kick and run
because,
merchant?
Like Savinho actually thinks he's like some technical.
You know what? I would expect that from you with Anthony on your team taking shots at my.
Anthony, who should be playing, who I should give a chance to. That Anthony, is that the one you're talking about? Yeah.
Now you got to rebrand him as a wing back instead of a wing.
So that's what it is. So failed winger.
Yeah, no, you took your shot, so I'm taking my shot. I
ain't taking my shot. I'm just saying it like don't.
How's your man Mbappe looking right now? Talking about kick and run.
I sold my Mbappe stocks.
I
sold my Mbappe stocks.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Wow. Look at this guy.
You out there looking like, you know, like, you watch, I think I've made Dragon Ball Z references. You know about Dragon Ball Z, right? Yeah, someone made like the comparison and was like, Mbappe was like when Goku was younger and then when he got older. Like, that's Mbappe now, man. You know, he's like Saiyan Man and all that crap. That's Mbappe. It's Mbappe right now, yo. I can't condone this.
What I went to the wrong club. That's what happened.
Where should he have went? Manchester City. Where should he have gone?
Mbappe, listen, you want to be the best, you got to be amongst the best.
Where should he have gone?
By the best.
Where should he have gone? Manchester City.
He should have. Yeah, he should have. He should have came.
Actually, you know what? You lot need him as well, especially with your left wing with friggin' Doku out there and that. Yeah, you're right.
Look at this guy. Look at him.
Facts, man. Talk about steam ball, chase ball, kick ball. That is Doku in a nutshell.
No, let me finish the 11 because I do have to drop.
Go on.
I want Doku or Savinho out there. I want them causing whoever the right back is.
You're the manager. Which one would you pick?
Me as the manager? Yeah. Doku healthy. I want Doku to start.
Okay, so you got Haaland, Doku, and the dudes on the right.
And then on the right, I would go with Foden.
Okay.
I want to go with Foden because now I got my combination. Foden can give me a full 90. Foden, they want to question whether he can track back and give help to whether it would be for Diaz.
Robertson, you'll be all right. You don't really offer too much going forward.
Yeah, and he doesn't need to be super tricky. I think, again, it could be Bernardo or it could be Foden because I think they would cause enough problems for Robertson to have to really be dialed in and maybe get Robertson to be frustrated and give a scentless tackle or foul. But this is the balance I want. And I think with Foden out there, he can come a little more centrally. KDB can kind of do the overlap thing and get this. That's how I would kind of design it, right? And my first early subs would be a Bernardo, would be a Grealish. Let that right back, whoever's right back, let them catch an early yellow. Oh my goodness.
It's going to be Trent probably.
Let him catch an early yellow. But I would want Grealish, I would want Bernardo, and then Savinho is another option in terms of being subbed on. Those would be my early subs if that was my 11 to choose from.
Okay.
But man, it's going to be... Listen, we're going to talk again. I'll be in the chat somewhere. I'll be in the comments. Because Saturday's going to be long.
What I was going to ask you, though, is if you lose, is it title done?
Nah, flawless. Come on.
So 11 points. You reckon you can claw back 11 points?
The reason why we've done 8 points before.
Okay.
We've done
that was a better city.
It was a better city. Now, I give ratings to Slot. Okay. This whole, when they were trying to do the whole underdog, Liverpool fans were like, what kind of expectations should be made for Liverpool this season? Well, there's been worse clubs or less historic, less honored, less trophy-fied with the cabinets, right? There's been less clubs with a first-year manager that have won the Prem before. So why wouldn't that be expected of Liverpool? Why would that not be expected when you have the likes of Mo Salah, Van Dijk, Trent, Alisson, McAllister? You want to list all these players. Why would that not be the case? So them 8 points ahead, I'm still kind
of... It'd be 11 if they beat you.
It'd be 11 if they were to beat
Yeah.
us. If it were to happen, first year manager, now the pressure of not surrendering in an 11-point lead. I don't know how that might play on the minds and the psyche of the players, of the manager. So I'm not giving up on this season at 11 games because there's the same reason why many of these Liverpool fans don't feel comfortable unless they're 15 points up with 4 games left in the league. Some of these players are so traumatized. Some of them are so scarred, so damaged that they don't even want to say that this league's theirs until they're 15 points up, Flawless. Deep that for
Yeah,
a
of course
second.
they damaged, yeah, because you lot give yeah, of course.
They've
You
been
got PTSD.
damaged like that. They don't want to say that they got this league unless they got 15 points. So what if it's at 11? And a lot of them have concerns on, well, we've seen the injuries that have happened at Arsenal. We've seen the injuries that have happened at City. What happens if they happen to get these injuries? And they're quick to tell you, oh, we've had our injuries. Okay, yeah, you've had your injuries, but that's where you've had coverage. Now, look at where it's been at Arsenal. No coverage. Let's be real. No coverage for Odegaard.
There
Let's
is, but
be
you don't
real at
want to play
City.
him.
No coverage for Rodri. Would
True.
Liverpool fans would Slot still be having this
Well,
Liverpool
Kanate
machine?
is one, so we're gonna see how they deal with Kanate because he's out for 5 to
Konate's,
6 weeks. No,
yeah.
he's key. He's key to what they've
He
got
is
going
key, but do they quote unquote have coverage? I would say yes, but we'll see.
on.
Now, if they were to lose, I'm talking about making the Ballon d'Or list type player. You know what I mean? Maybe not winning it, but making the Ballon d'Or list. If you happen to lose a Van Dijk or a Salah, yeah, I think it's a different thing in terms of whether you have coverage and whether things stay the same. So, not wishing any type of injury. That's not how I win my titles. I don't wish no type of downfall.
Yes.
To be the best, you got to beat the best. That's how I want it to be. But if they were to suffer some injuries, we'll see how they handle it. We'll talk again, Flawless. I know we will.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, we definitely gonna try again. I'm gonna have to try to get you on over the weekend. I'm not gonna lie. We'll try to sort something out.
No, trust me. And I did say this. Listen, there's been a few specific crossovers that have been asked. They are not happening. They are not happening until a few things happen. One, I need to exceed my 1K mark with regards to my channel and subs, because before those features happen, before those platinum features type happen, I got to make sure that my thing is correct first, right?
Nah, it's you lot. Before you carry on, subscribe to Vader's channel right now, man. Subscribe. The link is in the title of this video. It's underneath in the description of this live stream and every live stream on the channel. It's on the featured channel page. Get Vader to 1K. Hit the subscribe button if you lot, because the Mandem City gonna talk from the Arsenal podcast. We're gonna do that crossover, the Manchester City Arsenal one, the Yardman show. Definitely gonna do the crossover show.
They're over there, and I'm telling
they've been asking. They've been
it's gonna
asking
be
for that.
fire, but it ain't happening until the numbers are right. You know what I mean?
How far are you? How far are you away?
I think last I checked, I was at. You know what? Let me be accurate right now, because
double check, because we need to. We gotta change that. You should have been at 1K. Big up Don Hassam as well. Big up to Don Hassam.
735 right now.
Yeah, hey, you lot. Let's get the before the year is out. We get invited to 1K. That's the aim. That is the aim. 110%.
But listen, the crossovers have been asked. I know it. I'm prepared for it. I'm ready for it. But the numbers got to be right. The same way Flawless. Hey, he's a lyricist. He's done a few collabs in the past. You know what I mean? He's like, oh yeah. We can do a feature. We can link up. But the business got to be right. Listen, and I know. Listen, my lineage. Just 2 summers ago, I went back to my home island. I went back to JA. I know these guys. It's all love. When we link up, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a problem. The show is gonna be a problem. You might as well just make sure you got your food, you got your snacks, because it's gonna be fire. But it's gonna happen at the right time. Yo, Flawless, thanks for having me on the show.
Every time. Well, you got. I know you got a dip. Let me know what you've got coming up on your channel over the next week or so.
Oh yeah. No, good looking out next. Listen, this is happening tomorrow. I think. What time am I doing it? Let me try to let me look to see when I got this. But this is my next show. This is happening next.
There you go. You see it on the screen, people.
Make sure you don't miss out. I don't know when I slotted the time. Actually, I'm lying. 6 my time, which is 11 UK time. So 11 UK
11,
time, I'm gonna
11
have
p.m. or a.m.
11 p.m. 11 p.m.
p.m.
So
Okay.
it'll be it's gonna be a late one, but one question, 15 minutes, and I'm gonna talk about why City have to show fight. I'm not even going so far to say we have to win, but we have to show fight on Sunday to even salvage anything with regards to the season. I respect Liverpool. I know the form they're in. I also know on how they are the best club to take you out when you're down, to take advantage when everybody else is at their worst. They just did it to Real Madrid. They're about to try and do that to City. So I'm going to speak on that. And I got these other topics over here. Actually, they're over here on this side. I got these other topics to talk about on future shows. So please subscribe. Make sure you catch all these and you catch this one. I'm Vader Games TV. One question, 15 minutes, 115. Don't miss it.
There you go, people. Make sure you subscribe to that. And this show will be back to the usual Tuesday, people, 11:30 p.m. UK. So me and Vader will talk. So Vader, blessings every time. Yeah,
man.
Big up, man. Every
Thank
single
you.
time.
Good looking out.
Every time, man. Every time. Blessings. Shouts to Vader, man. That's my guy. You lot, final few questions before I close out. You will have not made it public, but you will be getting the United Chelsea podcast, Managerial United podcast meets the Ballers at the Bridge podcast, 9 p.m. UK time. So 1 hour and 20 minutes from now. That's the Managerial United Ballers at the Bridge podcast, because I've separated the United and Chelsea show. So myself, Surfer, another permanent co-host, someone returning to the channel who's not been on in a strong minute, and then there will be a third co-host as well, but he couldn't make it on this week, so next week. So I split up them two shows as well, and I'm trying to sort out the Managerial United Talking at Tottenham Talk podcast today as well. So if that is, I'm still trying to sort that out, make sure my hosts are about, and if that is the case, that'll be 11 p.m. and then following that, 12:30 a.m. you get the NBA podcast courtside commentary where we talk all things NBA. I need to reach out to all the man them in regards to that. And then we're over on the playback, people. 3 a.m. UK time. It is an NBA. I think there's an Emirates Cup game. I believe so. Let me double check. I believe there is an Emirates Cup game. I could be wrong, but I believe there is. Yeah, Lakers Thunder. You'll get that tonight, 3 a.m. So you're gonna get at least worst case scenario. You're getting at least 3 more streams today, maybe 4. I'm saying potentially 2 at least here on the YouTube, maybe 3, and then definitely 1 on the playback as well. So the content keeps rolling. So run up the likes. We have gone over 50 likes. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. Make sure you subscribe to Vader. And don't forget, and big up to all the audio listeners as well. Big up to everyone listening on all audio platforms as well. If you are on Spotify, if you are on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, or wherever you listen to podcasts, every single show on the YouTube channel, apart from Watch Alongs and Talk Your Ish editions, apart from Watch Alongs and the Talk Your Ish editions, are available on there. Because you might not want YouTube using up all your data. Maybe you just prefer to listen audio only. Maybe you don't want to see our faces. Maybe you're just on the move and have it on in the background. Maybe you're cooking. Maybe you're cleaning. Maybe you're going for a walk. Maybe you're at work. Maybe you're driving. Whatever the case may be. So I continue to upload all of the shows into podcast form. You know, a lot of people out here without RSS feeds, not over here on Sarcasm City TV. So again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to refresh now, see who is indeed live as well, get something to eat, and then be back for that United Chelsea show, people. I'm literally going to pattern this now. Give me 1 second. So having a look right now, see who is indeed live as well. Let's see who's live. But yeah, you lot, any final few questions in regards to Manchester United, let me know. But I'll be talking Manchester United for the rest of the night. Anyway, I'll be talking Manchester United for the rest of the night. Right, 1 second. Let's see who was live. Hit the likes. You already know. Hey, Lee's live. All right, man. We're going to redirect to Lee because Lee's constantly redirecting to me. So we're going to redirect to Gunner. Big up to Dead in the Water as well, man. Big up to you. And big up to NA for the super chats as well. Appreciate it, man. Big up NA for both super chats. I appreciate all super chats over here, people. But again, love to everyone that has locked in. This has been the Manchester City podcast. Manchester United pod meets the Manchester City pod live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in. Big up. Salute.